Show needed a fucking villain, didn't it? I don't know who the fuck those guys were, but they better die before this show is over. Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with another episode of Dandadan. We have a board, and we have some notes. As always, we start with the board. And with the board comes a board changelog. Added Anzu and Tsubame, and connected them together and to Aria with a green line. Then I connected them to Ayase with a red line. I added Creepy Lady, which I think also gets turned into Acrobatic Silky later, because of Turbo Granny's name. And I connected them to Aria with a white line, and then to Ayase and Ken with a red line. So, to notes. So apparently the average testicle is 2 to 3 centimeters across and 3 to 5 centimeters long. Ken's balls being 5 centimeters in diameter raises some questions. Namely, the fact that they are perfectly round must imply that Turbo Granny's spiritual energy must be filling in the width of his balls to equal their length and circumference. Meaning, depending on how thick the spiritual coating around them is, Ken could have fairly average-sized balls. That's the cutting research that you come to this channel for, I guess. So, some new world building. Spirits and yokai are drawn to spiritual energy. Seems like a no-duh thing, as that would be something to push forward the show's conflicts, but it's still new information, regardless. I know I keep mentioning how much this feels like Bleach, but the whole warning from Granny to Ken about how they are Turbo Granny's powers inside of him and they are still dangerous just invokes thoughts of the Nine Tails sealed away in Naruto. I know we've moved away from the big three as a thing nowadays, but it still feels like I can see them in just about every new shonen. I like that Ken is standing up for Ayase without having to tell her. I mean, I also like that word gets to Ayase, but more so that Ken wasn't the one telling her. Though I gotta wonder who did say something. The guy Ken grabbed had 2 guys with him, and they seemed to be the only ones in the classroom. I guess that's the quality of friends that guy's got. They are just laughing about him to so many people that it's already reached other classrooms before we even see classes starting. I like Aria. She's a flawed character with a vindictive streak, but I think she's got a good heart. Granted, I'm a long distance away from my high school days and might see this character as something completely different when I was younger. For now, I don't mind that she's super self-absorbed and sees her cuteness as some sort of inspiration to others to be able to live their lives. The fact that she's spreading rumors about people isn't great. It's her worst quality so far. But Ayase did assault her after all. Cracking back after that isn't unexpected. I would say convincing your friends to help jump her after school is the worst offense of all, if not for the fact that she thinks that Ayase is a demon. In another show, that could have made her the hero that she thinks she might be. Here, it's a misunderstanding. So, something that occurred to me, but has nowhere to go at the moment. Aria's friends said that they borrowed everything that she asked them to get for her. That makes me wonder where they got it from, and what that must imply about them and who they know. Just as much as the episode wants me to think about what Aria is like, anyways. You know, it's easy to write off Turbo Granny's threats as funny, but the entire Child's Play horror franchise is resting on the back of a murderous doll. Plus, can't defend yourself when you're asleep, and she stays in your house. My last note here. So, Creepy Lady was someone on the street, homeless, dying, not sure. But a much younger Aria confused her for her mom, and her dad picked her up and took her away. I guess that person died at some point and became the Creepy Lady who held on to that memory after her death as an obsession. So that's more of an explanation of why I have the white line connecting them, even though the Creepy Lady ate her. I feel like that's the obsession that's going to keep them connected regardless of what actually happens. It's going to be the sad story of the episode. The same way that Turbo Granny was not obsessed, but focused on areas where girls had been horribly killed in certain ways, and then seeing them freed afterward was kind of like the emotional release after a couple episodes of build-up. That this is going to be that again. That maybe like every 3 episodes or something is going to be an emotional release to go with the fun that we've been having. I guess the only way to find out is to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Okay, assuming this is going to be from the creepy lady's eyes, her point of view. She was bleeding when Arya saw her as a child. I mean, unless I completely misread it, and it was actually Arya's mother. Go outside. I guess she's... Didn't notice her hair is all over the place. I thought that was just wiring, whatnot. Wiener boy. I don't know if they call him Wiener boy anymore, because he does have his wiener back. It's legitimately, that's just a comment that would apply to every man. It feels like every spirit is just super fast. It kind of feels like she used to be a ballerina or something, especially the way she was dressed when she was alive. I guess that's just incredibly lucky that that's the limit of the hair. I mean, even that kick would have freed her like a bunch. Get angry. Getting angry apparently is the way to do it. I think the problem is also that we're trying to make her a sympathetic figure in her backstory. And we still haven't really gotten there yet. Flying headbutt, that was your go-to move. I'm surprised Turbograin is still hanging on to the backpack through the fight. Unless... Yeah, unless she had... Well, unless the creepy lady has it in her stomach. Like she dropped it when she was inside. In which case, the creepy lady... more powerful than you think? Nope, never mind. I was wrong. Are you fucking serious? Okay, I do not believe that is going to be a status quo thing. You know, actually, we had talked about the idea that yokai and spirits believe that highly powerful objects filled with a lot of spiritual energy can bring them back, right? Well, what if it turns out to be true? What if we don't get the ball back? Because, well, you know, I had guessed earlier on that they wouldn't get the ball back because she would swallow it or something. What if they force her to swallow his ball? You know, which seems to be entirely in the sense of humor of the show. They force her to swallow the ball, and the ball being within her keeps her alive. And in that way, they at least know where one of the balls is, but it's not something they can do with... See, she's also in the opening. It just feels weird that you would have a character that gets killed at some point in the opening. Also a character you met early on in the show. Not saying it's impossible, just seems odd. And that's typically the vibe that I go with, is whatever feels right, that I then try to prove with evidence. Yeah, that's gonna be my guess. I don't know if this episode or what. She's not gonna be dead, we're gonna bring her back, and we're gonna use the ball to do it. Doesn't feel like it's an incredibly, like, brainy guess at all. It seems like it's obvious, but... It's either that or the creepy lady's gonna sacrifice herself to save Arya. Oh, yeah, you can reach through the body. Oh, you tried that before. I don't know that it worked. That's not how that works. Turbograin doesn't know anything about medicine. Yeah, the whole point of CPR is to actually prevent, like, not decomposition. Keep things going until the actual EMS shows up. So Arya is going to be like Ken is with Turbo Granny.
私のオーラで補うのよ。誰がてめえの言うこと信じんだよ。どうせまたこいつ食ってやろうって思ってんだろ。もうこれで人は食えない。まだ信用できないというなら、この鉄骨で頭を潰してちょうだい。
I guess I should have gone with my second guess.
オーラがなきゃその女はこのままさ。
うちはてめえを信じねえ。だからちょっとでも変な動きしたら速攻で頭潰す。オカルン、もう一回本気使えるよね。あいつをロックオンしといて。あんたのオーラでバカ女のオーラ補うってそう言ったでしょ。どうやるの？やり方教えて。あなたの超能力で私のオーラとアイラの消えかかったオーラをつないで、いわば通信ケーブルのように。
Oh, I thought you were gonna pull it out of her and put it into Arya.
わかる。ちゃんと見張ってよ。ダリー。行くよ。
Surprising there's anything in there, considering that she's dead. Also, wouldn't the implication also be that Ayase would get some of that aura as well, considering she's in the middle point between them? I guess I went a little too high, saying that she was a ballerina. Not that I'm judging. You can do... It takes a lot to get through this world. It's a harsh place. Still gotta... Oh, there you go. I was saying, still gotta wonder how she wound up in that position in the first place. Not how she is, how she was when Arya found her bleeding and on the street and whatnot. I can certainly say it's not going to be pleasant, whatever we're about to experience. Oh, fuck me. She's gonna lose her kid, and then Arya's gonna do the thing. God, if this is going the way I'm thinking, then this show is gonna go so much harder than I thought. It's fucking adorable, but you know, now I'm just on the edge, waiting for something horrible to happen. Where does this all go wrong? I don't even want to guess. I don't want to add sadness to what's already going to be. Because the more we linger on this, the sadder I'm getting already, and nothing's happened yet. Oh, don't be a birthday. It's always fucking birthdays! Anime has ruined fucking birthdays. I still haven't gotten over the prologue for Witch from Mercury. No. This is how this happens. Show needed a fucking villain, didn't it? I don't know who the fuck those guys were, but they better die before this show is over. Now we better find her too. Unless that is actually Arya, and Arya just like blocked out traumatic shit in her own mind. In which case she becomes a far more sympathetic character than a character I already liked. I guess she was just too far into it to go to the cops or something. Without she's just too far injured, bleeding out and can't think straight. They must have been out on the streets all fucking day.
お母さん。あれ、違う。
アイラ。
Seriously?
一人でどっか行っちゃダメじゃないか。
お母さんがいたと思ったの。
いるわけないだろ、こんなところに。
You just down to fucking look up?
お母さんどこ行ったの？
Dude, did you not see this person on the street and like, ah, fuck it, what?
ところに行っちゃったんだよ。
いつ帰ってくるの？
当分ずっと帰ってこないよ。だからアイラは強
We're
く
just
な
gonna
らなきゃ。お母さんがいなくてもちゃんとできるよって。いつかお母さんが帰ってきた時に自慢できるように。
アイラはちゃんと自慢できる子になる。
We just fucking adding everything on that we possibly can.
私の子はどこ？アイラ。そうか。思い出した。私はアイラのお母さんだったんだ。
We certainly gotta fucking find out what happened to your kid. Your actual kid, because I'm invested now. It's too fucking invested. Damn straight.
生き返った。ももちゃん、どうした？あいつに何かされた？
妙な動きしたからやっていいんだよな。本気だ。
100% on creepy lady's side now.
やめてお願い。
ごめんなさいアイラ。あなたを守るって誓ったのに私はあなたを傷つけてしまった。私は自分の感情すらコントロールできない。ただの化け物になっちゃった。
I hope Arya has those memories too,
だからもう
and not just Ayase, so she understands what's being said now.
あいつどんどん崩れてるけどどうなっちゃうの？
言ったろ、オーラは電池だ。なくなれば死ぬさ。しかもこいつは未練を残したままだ。成仏はできねえな。
それってどうなるの？
そんなの決まってんだろ。無だ。何もなくなる。こいつはどの世界にも存在しなかったことになる。
We got the ball.
生者からも死者からも全てから忘れ
Do we
る。
sacrifice him to the ball?
まあどうせろくでもない人生さ。こんな奴の存在が消えたところでどうってことねえわ。
Punch Granny in the head.
そんなのってないよ。辛すぎるじゃんかよ。なんかないの？あの人成仏させるためのなんか。
無理だ。成仏できるかどうかはそいつの心の問題だ。他人にどうこうできることじゃねえ。
もっと可愛い服買ってあげたかった。もっとたくさ
Well,
ん遊んであげればよかった。
at least I fucking called it ahead of the episode.
ちゃん
This is gonna be some sort of emotional break episode.
私のところに生まれてこなければ幸せだったろうに。私が不幸にしたんだ。ごめんなさい。
We gotta fucking find that kid and we gotta make those two guys pay. I didn't even think about the fact that that's part of Arya's personality before she had this happen to her too. The things that I said that I liked about Arya. Now it's being played out as the good part.
幸せだったから。どうか誰も彼女たちを傷つけたりしない。幸せで優しい世界へ。忘れない。絶対。
Ah, this fucking show. Swings and roundabouts, right? Swings and roundabouts. I expected it was gonna. I was like, sir, I just can't talk anymore. I feel like I was holding back tears the whole fucking episode once the backstory of the creepy lady started getting out there, because the build up, right? The life together, the sacrifices she's making that her daughter can have a good life, and you know something bad's gonna happen because where we're at right now, there was no avoiding it. So I was just getting preemptively sad. I was tearing up before anything bad had happened because my mind is going to negative places, anticipating what we're going to see. And as I'm doing it, we have the smiling child's face and the happy mom, and it's like tugging her out of bed, and she's like playing with her. It's like, oh god, this is going horrible, quick. And it went fucking horrible. And the same thing I said, I'm not going to keep thinking about it because I'm going to make it worse for myself before it happens. And it was like the most fucking horrible thing. It was like the police girl's backstory from Van Helsing. Or sorry, not Van Helsing, from Helsing.
ママ帰ったか。
うん、弾あったよ。1個だけだけど。
そうか。
ばあちゃん、お腹すいた。
そうめんでも食うか。
そうめんいいね。 次回なんかモヤモヤするじゃんよ。
つゆ切らしてたな。買ってくるか。
Very confusing the next time on, because it makes it seem like Arya, now understanding what's going on, is still trying to take out Ayase. I guess the idea isn't struck from her head that that Ayase may be a demon. She might not even understand. In fact, it seems more likely that she does not understand anything at all. I guess the thing at play here is what I said before. What I've said for like 2 episodes now, that Arya seems like a good person, even though she has some very deep character flaws, is the same way she's like, oh, I'm giving these guys inspiration for the future. Even though they'll probably never touch another woman in their life, they can breathe another day knowing that I'm in the world, right? It's that same self-centeredness, but she uses it to inspire people, I want to say. Like I said, I'm not in the high school mindset. This could be toxic as fuck in the high school mindset, but that same self-centeredness, I feel like, is what inspired her after being saved to try and help this woman reach the other life, essentially based on the conceit that if she doesn't let go and dies in regret, she'll go to the void. And then Arya jumps in, and that's what everything is for her. That she's just being the person that she was the entire time, without understanding. She doesn't need understanding. She just needs people to be happy around her. Even if there's an aspect of her using people in that way. The same thing I talked about with Ken before. She didn't seem like, oh, buy me lunch or do my homework. She just happy knowing that Ken was happy, thinking that she was interested, even though she thought she was he's still a loser. To be fair, it doesn't seem like she goes out of her way to make other people happy that aren't losers, so I don't know. It's just the whole thing. I am broken. This fucking episode. This was so many degrees more than all of the dead cut up girls being released into the afterlife. This was fucking something. I'm gonna be dealing with this one for the rest of the day. I'll tell you what I'm probably gonna do before I ever even take notes about anything is I'm gonna go watch a couple of reactors other than myself react to this episode. I gotta know what other people are doing. I know this channel's named Stone-Faced Reactions, and you saw me like all the way through this episode, so you know, people that react more or even overreact, I gotta see what they do. It's fucking insane, man. Yeah, that's my main takeaway. So essentially, we're gonna wrap up here, but I need us before this show is over to find and save that girl. I know that it probably has nothing to do with the rest of the show, but that's like, put a pin in it. Find those guys, destroy those guys, and find that girl, and I don't know what the fuck. Like, what do you do? Tell her that her mother loved her, and that she's in a better place, I guess. I'm defeated. The show has defeated me. So, I guess that's it for now. So, once again, I've been Theta. This is Stone-Faced Reactions, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?